And today my adventure begins right here on a very calm, pretty much zero wind today, here on Veterans Island. And the island at the moment is being taken over by the geese. Yeah, they're definitely moving into the area. And it's kind of fitting that we start the vlog off here on Veterans Island because we're just a few days away from Memorial Day, which is kind of the unofficial start of summer. Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Today we're gonna have to make our way down to Carolina Beach Boardwalk. We're gonna go down there and look at some of the amusement rides that they have for this season here in 2026. Give you a little update on that type of stuff if you're into those rides, or maybe your children are into riding rides and stuff like that. Kind of give us an idea of what to look for when you come down. And as you see, I have no coffee in hand. Yeah, most of the coffee shops around here don't open to 7 a.m. that I go to, so it's about 5 till 7. So by the time we walk over there to the boardwalk, hopefully we can score us a coffee at like the Crush and Grind or something like that. And then we're going to make our way down to Kure Beach and take a little pier walk today out to the amusement sign just to see, hey, is anybody catching any fish? Is anything going on? If they're not, that's fine too. We can just look at the beautiful ocean as we walk along. Should be a good one. Really appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I walked out this little pier right here next to Veterans Island just to look at some of the wildlife down here, and have a lot of turtles. And looks like our little alligator friend from last year has showed back up. Right there, you can barely see his little noggin sticking up out of the water. He's looking right at us. So I'm right here at the Dry Dock Inn on the corner of South Lake Park Boulevard and Fayetteville Avenue. And this here is the ice cream shop, Squiggies. And I was cruising by here yesterday, and I seen a woman down here at this sign where everybody puts these stickers. You've been squiggled when you order a Squiggly ice cream. If you get a Squiggly ice cream, you get a sticker like this right here. And they say, I've been squiggled, or you've been squiggled, I think is actually how they put that sticker on your shirt. As you can see, there's remnants of stickers right here that people have stuck on poles. There's a sign down here. I tell you, it's almost like a rite of passage when you get one of those stickers you put on the backside of the sign, and actually seeing the woman down here scraping, you know, before Memorial Day gets here, or Memorial Day weekend actually gets here, to go ahead and clean the back of the sign off and get it ready for the 2026 ice cream eating season, I guess. I'll show you the sign once we get down here a little bit further. Yeah, and this right here is the sign that I'm referring to. Look at that. She removed all the stickers off the back of the sign. There was a lot on there too. And there's a little remnants down here on the ground from it, but it's all ready again for 2026. You've been squiggled stickers. Plenty of room now. If you do that. I never do that. I just always keep mine and just throw it in the trash at home or whatnot, but yeah. Oh yeah. They definitely have been busy here while I've been in Florida. Look at all the stuff. And what the heck is this? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Do they actually have a pool here with like bumper boats in it? They do. Look at this. I have never in all my years at Carolina Beach seen like a bumper boat water ride like this. Is that how you describe this? Bumper boats, right? I think I used to see these rides up in like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area when I was younger, but I have not seen them recently. And man, they just completely set up this big above ground pool pretty much and put some scaffolding and a walkway around it. They got Honda motors on them. What the heck? Check that out. That is pretty dang awesome. I would imagine this is going to be popular. Number one, it's new for this area. But number two, I mean, this is just going to be fun. I mean, this is a good trade-off because they've had bumper cars in the past, but now you have like these bumper boats. Nice. So they definitely brought back the Music Express ride. And this is a ride that's been around for really a long time. But man, they just kind of stuck it over here in the corner. Usually the Music Express is right there in front of the Ferris wheel, like right in front of it. But they just kind of stuck it back here, and that's kind of tight quarters, isn't it? You have people exiting off of this ride, and then I guess you can just come over here and give your ticket and jump on the Music Express and headbang a little bit. Okay, so the one ride, kiddie ride I always look for each year here at this carnival, they always have this ride that's got like these, I don't know, Donald Duck characters that kids supposed to ride. And it is the most hideous Donald Duck knockoffs I have ever seen. Now this year they have kind of a Dumbo-esque, you can ride these elephants. I don't think that was here in the past, it could have been. But normally the hideous Donald Duck knockoff ride is right here. And oh my gosh, if that thing is here, I will show you the Donald Duck faces and their eyeballs. It will give you nightmares. They are so spooky looking. I think we're going to be safe. I don't think the Donald Duck ride is here anymore because all these kids rides right here where Donald Duck ride used to be, and I'm calling it Donald Duck because it kind of looked like Donald Duck with the blue hat and everything. It just had crazy eyeballs. But yeah, these rides here look much more inviting and, you know, happy. And the Zipper has made its return. Probably one of the scariest rides of all amusement rides I've ever ridden back in the day. I've not ridden it in a long time. Probably have a heart attack if I rode something like that today. You know, right here's Thunderbolt. It's been here in the past. Of course, they got the big wheel up there. Get you some really good views. If you do ride the big wheel, I'm telling you, late in the evening, if you can ride it like maybe right at sunset or getting close to sundown, it is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful because you can see the Atlantic Ocean on one side and turn around and watch the sunset on the other of the Cape Fear River. It is beautiful. Pro tip right there. Oh man, check this food out. Chicken on a stick. Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. They got some chicken wings, curly fries, Philly cheesesteaks. All kinds of good junk food. Oh no. Oh man, say it ain't so. There they are. The most hideous Donald Duck ride ever has returned. And what makes matters worse, everybody's gonna see it because it's right here in front of the new public restrooms. My gosh, why would you bring this hideous thing back? I mean, golly, that thing could give somebody nightmares. Look at his hands. He's like, yeah, come ride me, my little cuties. I will give you nightmares. Yeah, you would. I mean, you're like the Freddy Krueger of Donald Duck. Okay, so now I have walked over here in front of the Tropical, the rooftop bar. And right here they have their like drop zone ride, which it's always kind of in this vicinity, but this is the first time I've ever seen them move it like right up close to the stores and the restaurants, bars and whatnot. Got a few more food locations here with corn dogs and burgers, French fries, of course. Oh, right here is the Cyclone. And the Cyclone in the past, they normally put it over there where close to where the boats were, the new bumper boats. Normally the Cyclone would be like right there in that area, but they have moved it over here closer to Britt's Donuts. And speaking of Britt's Donuts, as you can see, no one is in line this morning. But I can tell you why. Because I'm up here too early. That's right. Britt's Donuts does not open for probably another hour and a half. That's why you see no one here. Yeah, opens at 8:30 today. So when you come down here to the boardwalk about 10 after 7 in the morning, it is very quiet. Not a lot of movement, nothing really going on. You can see the home of the Big Fatty. Rut's cinnamon rolls right there. Still yet to try that. But we're going to walk around the corner here, just past the fudge boat, and see if the coffee shop is open. Score us a coffee here at the Crush and Grind. Okay, so I love the Crush and Grind, but I don't think I'm going to wait quite that long for my coffee. I think we're going to just keep moving on, and I got places to go today, things to do. That place is packed. They was like, I don't think I've ever seen the Crush and Grind that many people crammed into that little coffee shop. I mean, they was standing room. The guy's back was at the door when I opened it. I was like, oh, never mind. We just have to hold out for some coffee at another location, I think. All right, I've made my way up here to the beachfront area now. Just wanted to see what's happening out here on the beach. Very beautiful morning. Not a lot of wind, hardly zero wind. And it's almost weird on the horizon, like as I look down toward Kure Beach, you can't even see the pier today because there's just a little mist, a little fog in the air, a little haziness out there. It was kind of cool this morning. It was about 63 degrees when I woke up at 5:30. Maybe that has something to do with it. Not really sure. All right, so the crowd has died down a little bit here at this little cute cafe. Coffee achieved. Now we're ready to continue on with our day as we make our way down toward Kure Beach next. Good morning, little guy. Look at you. You're hyper this morning. Have you had your coffee? I know one thing, I don't feel quite with your energy level. I'm not right up to you, but I definitely feel better now. That's right. You have a good day. We're going to continue on, and I'm going to ask the viewers today about what you plan on doing for your Memorial Day weekend with the, you know, the heightened price of gas to what's going on in the world. You know, just kind of curious, do you guys plan on doing some traveling? Do you plan on coming to the beach? Don't have to be Carolina Beach or anything like that, but I know a lot of people travel to different places, and just curious, do y'all plan on doing anything? I know me and my wife do have plans to go do some stuff over Memorial Day, but we're going to probably go do some small town stuff. So if you like the small town vlogs, definitely stay tuned. If everything works out and weather plays along with me, I should have a nice crop of videos coming over the next several weeks of small towns in a different state. So really excited to go there and do some filming. And I just thought I wanted to get y'all's ideas of what you might do. Even if you just stay home and fire up the old charcoal grill or gas grill or whatnot and cook at home. I love to hear kind of what your Memorial Day plans either are going to be, or if you watch this video after Memorial Day, what you did for Memorial Day here in 2026. All right, I've made my way down here to the Kure Beach Pier now, here in Kure Beach, North Carolina. Really excited to take my little morning walk out the pier itself. As you can see, this pier is over 100 years old. Kure Beach Pier was erected in 1923. Oh yes, look at this beautifulness. Nice. Heck yeah. I'm telling you, it is warming up quite nicely this morning. That sun has got some heat to it. It is turning into a absolutely beautiful morning. Looks like that haziness is kind of starting to burn off. And right there in the water, I just noticed there's some action going on out there. Right there they go. We have some dolphins that are out there feeding this morning, getting a little breakfast in. I love dolphins, they're so beautiful. I have so many great memories of when I was a kid down there at Carolina Beach, waking up early in the morning with my mother. We would go out on the porch at the Cabana or King's Motel. And we would sit out there in the morning, and the shrimp boats, which are pretty much extinct in this area. You don't ever see shrimp boats in the water, oddly enough. But back in the day, you did. You would watch shrimp boats go up and down this beach in the morning by Carolina Beach up toward Kure Beach, right past the breakers. And you would just see dolphins, man, galore in behind those shrimp boats, man. It was so exciting as an adult or as a child to be able to see, you know, in the wild, being a country boy, being up in the foothills of North Carolina and coming down here after watching a TV show like Flipper, the black and white TV show, man. I remember watching that as a kid. It was reruns, of course. I wasn't even alive when that show was originally on air, but it was just fun. Dolphins are just fun to see in the wild, and it's always cool to see them when you're out here walking around, even when you get older. Okay, I've made my way down here to the home of the Misfits sign. It is very, very beautiful out here at the end of the pier. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way out here on the very end because there's a lot of fishing rods today out here. A lot of guys fishing, got their rigs all set up. I always feel like, you know, when you're not fishing, you really shouldn't go out there. You kind of get in the way. Who knows, you might have something horrible happen, like take a hook in the ear or somebody's casting. But it is amazing out here. It's kind of a shame. It's hard to get dolphins sometimes, but there's actually some right out here in this area too, on this side of the pier. But they come up a few times. I got my camera out trying to catch them, and the little sneaky rascal said, "No, I'm camera shy, you know, I'm not gonna come up for you." And looks like this guy right over here might have caught a fish. He's got a little fish, nice. So the fish that gentleman caught was a whiting. And from what I gathered from them and a few other people, that seems to be the main thing that they're catching right now, leading into Memorial Day weekend, is whiting. Okay, I think that's gonna pretty much do it for the Kure fishing pier. And just for fun, since I feel so good now that I got my coffee in my gut, feeling good, I think we're gonna make our way a little bit further south. We're not gonna end the vlog quite yet. We're gonna make our way a little bit further south down to the Fort Fisher area, and I wanna get out down there at the overlook and maybe just kind of walk down to the riggings and kind of check the beach out down there, look at the sandbags and see how the beach erosion looks. All right, I'm back in my truck now as we drive by the immaculate, awesome glass house here in Kure Beach. I really thought they would have a big American flag draped on their front of their home. Normally on Memorial Day or July 4th, they have a big old flag draped out there, but they have not hung one out there quite yet. Now, yesterday I happened to drive by here when they was doing this demo. In the front of the house, it was like a 2-story. The front of the house actually fell out here into the northbound lane. I was in the southbound lane. I was probably about right here where this like peach color house is, looking in my rearview mirror, and I saw the tippity top of the home roll out into the road, and I was like, oh my God. You know, if I would, you know, that was wild. If you would have been in that northbound lane, which there was no one, that would have been scary, because the top of the house, the roof actually landed probably 4 feet into the road. And I am on my way into Fort Fisher now. As you can see the sign right there for the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher, a half a mile away. We're not going to go down that far. We're just going to go just over here to the overlook and park. And then I'll just kind of want to walk along the point there up here to the riggings, condos, and check them out. And then we're going to call it a vlog. We're going to finish things up and be done for today. It's beautiful down here. I love these trees. Okay, and welcome to Fort Fisher. Some people out there fishing this morning. And now we're just gonna walk down the way here to the Riggins condominiums here in the distance. You can see them down there. I'm gonna walk down there and check some stuff out. And I was having a brainstorm when I first got here because I was looking a little bit further down south, on past the Fort Fisher recreation area. They have a place down there where you can drive 4-wheel drive vehicles on the south end of Pleasure Island. And I always thought it would be a cool video to park at the recreation area and then hike all the way to Bald Head Island. Bald Head Island, if you look at it on Google Maps, it is not a true island. It is a part of this landmass. But the only way you can really get to the island in a rational way is by ferry. Because I found out when looking at Google, like if you try to walk it, like I was thinking about making a video about walking all the way to Bald Head, it is like, it's over 7 miles in the sand. I mean, that would be a brutal walk. That would be a real burner. Your calves, every part about you would be sweaty, hot, and that would just be such a brutal walk. And then the problem is once you get there, you have to walk back. And on top of that, I don't even know if it's legal to do that, because when you go over to Bald Head Island, you ride the ferry over, as I've made a video about that in the past. I'll put a link down in the description below if you'd like to see it. You know, they take a head count. You have to buy a ticket. They know how many people went over and how many people come back. You know, you get your return time and stuff like that. So it might be frowned upon. They might have some kind of barricade on that beach. It looks like there's one place like where all the four-wheel drive vehicles, they just stop driving. And it looks like there's some kind of a line right there. So from Google Maps, it could be some kind of barricade or fencing or something with a sign on it. Never been down there before, but really would be, if you have been down there, in other words, and you have seen some kind of barricade, I'd love to hear from you. And has anyone ever tried that before, I wonder? I don't know. Just a thought. Not that I'm going to do it, because I don't feel like walking that far. That is crazy. That would take a long time to walk that as a round trip. Look at that pelican out there just cruising along. Those birds are just so awesome. Love it. Of all the places I've traveled to, these like shrubs, I guess you can call them, you almost looks like you could climb on that, but I think you would totally fall through. That there is, well, I coined the name of this location the Batcave because there's an entrance, and when you get inside of all these shrubs, it's like a canopy. It's shaded, you know. I mean, you could probably totally go in there during a rainstorm and stay somewhat dry, as long as it wasn't too heavy for too long. But it is one of the most bizarre locations I have ever seen. And right here is the entrance to the Batcave. Now, last time I come in here, there was actually someone in here, possibly a homeless person. And maybe today, nobody's going to be in here. So I tell you one thing, somebody has taken some shears and they keep it pretty open. Ain't this wild? Make sure there ain't no copperheads in here, because it is the time of year where copperheads are out moving. It's getting kind of humid this morning, but yeah, look at this place. It is wild and crazy how these like shrubs just grow over this area, and the ground is kind of dug in. You see, you kind of go up the hill and come down into this like crater almost that this thing makes up. Now, I will tell you this, back in the day, this was way more open. It was more open area, and it has kind of filled in a little bit in here. As you can see, there's a lot more greenery. But used to, you could come right here and this was all open. You just had a few trees growing and then all this stuff kind of clinging to it, and the shrubs kind of covered in with it. And it made it like a real canopy, a real natural place to get out of some weather and get out of the sunlight, because you get pretty much zero sunlight inside of the Batcave. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, you gotta be careful when you're walking in and out of this bad boy, because the twigs that have been pruned, pretty prickly. I got shorts on. So yeah, definitely wanna be careful. Okay, we've made our way down here. I'm not going to walk down onto the beach. Just going to hang out right here on these rocks, where we can get us a nice little view of the Atlantic. And you can see right here is the riggings. And you can see all these big sandbags right up in front of that condo complex. It's wild how they can do a beach nourishment project at Carolina Beach and Kure Beach, but you're not allowed to put sand here on this very beach, because right down the way there, off into the distance, there's some rocks that are natural. It's been here for hundreds of years, if not thousands, called coquina rocks. And that is the reason they do not allow you to cover them up with sand, because they're wanting to protect that outcrop of coquina rocks. Wow, right here next to the riggings is this like a four-wheel pathway. It's almost like somebody's been driving a four-wheeler down through here, or maybe a golf cart, I don't know. Been doing it regularly. I can still see the tracks right here. Never noticed this in the past. Ooh, that was a big wave. That was thunderous. Come out here and check out this big old cactus right here. Look at that. Man. Boy, if you tripped and fell in that, that would be painful, right? Good gracious. It's got some really pretty flowers on it though. Look at those yellow blooms. That is nice, but very prickly. All right, I think that is going to pretty much wrap it up for us today. Had a great day. Just want to kind of give you guys a little quick look at the town, look at Carolina Beach, check out the amusement rides they got set up. I think the bumper boats, even if you don't ride them, it's just going to be fun to watch other people ride them. I mean, bumper cars on water, what can be better? And hopefully that thing holds up throughout the summer and stays together. That would be pretty scary if all that water, whoosh, just something busted, something didn't work right and it failed. That would be a horrible thing. But all that being said, I do appreciate everybody for watching, and just wanted to kind of cover what it was like here right before Memorial Day. This is definitely always been kind of the unofficial start to summer. This is when families and people start traveling to the coastal regions, and this is definitely one that definitely gets its fair share of visitors throughout the summer months. So until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. I got plans of my own for Memorial Day. I can't wait to go do some stuff, make some videos. I'm always excited to go to new places, and I plan on going to some new places as long as weather plays the game right with me and don't rain me out. That's the big thing. So until next time, my friends, I am the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend. And I will see you in my next video. Yeah. It was a good morning.